I decided to go just a few seconds early just so I could get everything set up, and you're all coming on. But I'm going to level out the camera. It's not level, so hold on. And those that know me, I don't like things. I can't do crooked. The OCD gets the best of me, unfortunately. There we go. Should work. Yeah, there you go. And of course, half my head shut. I move it and then I, there we go. Hi everyone, doing as you're coming on. I know my whole head's not going to be in, but that's okay. It's more important that you see this than that. And I'm just going to wait for a few more minutes as some more come on. Make sure I have everything in front of me that I have planned. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Hey Nicole, hey Linda, how are you? And Sandra. Yeah, Sandra, I know you watched my replay on my page. Yes, you get to see me live. And I'm so glad that it's your first time to visit. That's awesome. And Lynn's from California. Hey Phyllis, how are you? Didn't I see you last night? And let's see, Susan, hey. And Pam and Gloria, thank you for showing up. And like I said, I'm just waiting on just a couple more minutes because I did push that button just a couple minutes early because I wanted to make sure everything's set up and all of that stuff. So I'm still not happy with the total camera angle. I have the Archon mount now, and it's getting a little hard to get used to make sure you get in the right position and all of that stuff. And a lot of people have long arms and they can just reach up and change it. Not me. I have short arms. Let's see, what did you say, Sandra? Says you held up a truck. Well, that's what we're doing tonight. Right here. So we're going to talk about this sign in just a second. Below it. Yeah, so Sandra, we'll talk about that in a second, and hopefully I'll answer your question. And let's see. Hey Sherry, how are you? Hey Karen, hope all is well. Okay guys, we're going to get started, and as people are coming in, they will just jump on. Hey guys, I'm Trisha MacDonald, and I have the pleasure of being on Jane's Front Door Decor tonight. I am just feeling so blessed. Nervous, yes, very anxious about it, but very, very blessed. I appreciate the opportunity, and my business page is Mimi's Craft Cottage. Some of you I know are coming on that follow me over there, and a lot of you that I'm seeing on here is a whole bunch of new names, and that's awesome. So, North Central Florida, yep, I am from Ocala, Florida, so that's definitely North Central. Hello from Houston. Hey Veronica, how are you? Hey Kathy. Hey Sharon. Hey Karen. So what we're going to do tonight is Jane has came out with some new designs on her signs, and she debuted some of them at Wreath Makers Live, which was so awesome and fun. And so we are going to make one of those signs up tonight on this wreath. I'm a very vintage rustic type person. That's what I tend to, I do it all, but that is my forte. That's what I love. That's what I just totally enjoy doing. So hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. We are going to use this sign tonight, Farm Fresh Vintage Truck. And down here it says locally grown, so we're going to use that. And I know Jane has put this on her Etsy shop, so you can click the button, and I'm sure she'll probably come in and pin post where you can get this sign at and all of her other signs. But this is going to be available tonight. But I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday getting something else. Wasn't going to do anything else for the Christmas side, but just I thought, oh, let me go check it out. And I still hadn't totally decided on the ribbon I was going to use. I was pretty sure but wasn't sure. But anyway, I came across, and you are not going to believe, I came across this ribbon from Hobby Lobby. The Christmas truck. Can you believe it? That Hobby Lobby actually came out with something that is trending. Really? That's awesome. They always do, but it's usually like a couple of years later, not like as soon as they did. So anyway, does that not match up well? Isn't that awesome? Hey, from St. Augustine, how are you doing, Kay? Yes, Sandra, I am in Ocala with horse country. Let's see, day shop is only 2 hours. Well, Linda, you are a lucky duck. And I wish I was in California so I actually could go to her shop when it opens up. That would be amazing. Hey, Stephanie, how are you doing? And let's see, who else? Oh, did you get that ribbon too, Stephanie? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so I was just totally excited. So that kind of changed up a little bit exactly kind of what I had in my head planned. But that's, it's still going rustic vintage on it, but I had a little bit different ribbons that I had planned. But I just absolutely think this is going to be so popular with Jane's truck. You couldn't have matched it any better. You just really couldn't. So hats off to Hobby Lobby. You'd think some of the other trending Trendy Tree or Craft Outlet, or some of the makers of ribbon would have came out with something like this before Hobby Lobby did. So, and I do have a lot of vintage truck type ribbons, but I just found love with this. So we're going to use it tonight. Hey, from Separate Hills, how are you doing, Susan? Let's see. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Hey, Angie. Oh, the one thing I forgot to do is share it. Hold on, I'm going to share this video. Give me a sec. I cannot believe I forgot to do that part. Shame on me. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't even tell if I did it or not. If not, I will post it later. It's okay. Alright, so we're going to get started, and I am going to do the bow first. Going to do the bow up in this section. Sign's going to be here. Haven't decided how long my tails are going to be at the moment. I've already put my attachments on the back, that how I'm going to attach the wreath. And with Jane, you have a couple of options. You can tell her, and she will punch hole them for you. And I think she gives you 3 different options of where you want your holes before she sends it. Generally, I ask her not to. I have a metal punch, so if I decide to do that, I can do it myself. That way I know exactly where I want it. But 90% of the time, I use the cable tie clamp things. They look like this. Let me get one out for you, so you can kind of see what they look like, just in case you don't know. Usually I get them off Amazon and get them in big packs, but I was out and went ahead and got some from Lowe's. Anyway, this is what the back is. You just peel this off and it sticks. And then this here, you just take your cable tie or your pipe cleaner and you just run it through, okay? Now, when I use these, especially if I'm using metal, I like to use a little extra adhesive. What did I do with it? You could use the rapid fuse glue. You could, I have the Lasite super glue here. I got that at Lowe's. The rapid fuse you can get at Lowe's, but they dry really quick, and it just gives it an extra oomph on it sticking there. Okay, just more for me. It's just peace of mind. Hey Ann, how are you? Didn't I see you last night? Hey Sherry. Hey everyone, if I did not say hi to you, I apologize. But let's get started, okay? Since I know where I'm going to put the sign, I'm going to go ahead and attach the sign. You know what? I'm not, because I forgot I need to do my base. But I am going to make my bow first, because that's going to go right here. Let's see where I was. this over here out of the way. Just so you know, I'm going to build the base up. We're not going to actually we're going to use this evergreen, but I'm going to totally change the look of it and make it more of a assorted pine type base by using that. I've already got some of these cut up. They're a little frosted. We're going to take some of this and use it. Probably are going to use some of this. And I have some ornaments and some berries that we might use. I'm not totally sure. It just kind of like starts developing as you go along. I pull it all out and then I see where I want to go. Yes, definitely look at her Etsy shop. You will find tons of things. Okay, and Jane looks like she's posted the pin post of where to find the sign and all of her other signs. I have several of hers. Still have a stock from last year because I tend to buy a lot at one time. And then I have a few from new ones from this year. So anyway, I'm totally excited. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get the bow made first, and then we will build our base. I've got buffalo plaid, the Christmas, and another plaid. And this is another favorite of mine. And if you notice, what I did is I tried to use pretty much Hobby Lobby ribbon, because just in case you don't have a tax ID or you don't order off the internet, you have a place that you can go and get ribbon to go with that sign. So that was kind of my goal tonight, is just in case you're new to wreath making and just starting, you have a place to go. Now this one actually came from Joanne, but Hobby Lobby also has the buffalo plaid. So that was my intention tonight for that. Let me get my pipe cleaner out. Okay. And I use a Pro bow sometimes, but sometimes I do not. Well, let's just say for those that follow me, a lot of times I do not. I am still old-fashioned and hand make a lot of my bows. Just kind of get an idea of how much I want. I'm going to do 6-inch bows, which is, I'm measuring out 20 inches. Do 6-inch loops. Twist. And this ribbon is kind of silky. My fingers are wanting to go right through it. And if I miss your comments or questions, I'm pretty good about, after everything's over, going in and answering if I missed it, or a lot of times someone else has answered your question for me, and that is awesome. So go right ahead. That would be no problem. Hey Wendy, how are you? I'm glad you came and joined us. And for those of you who are coming in a little bit later, I'm Trisha MacDonald from Mimi's Craft Cottage, and Jane asked if I would come and join her page. I was making a sign from one of her new signs that has come out, and I'm so excited. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little different here, because I want you to see how I make a bow. So I usually do everything by hand, but I want you to see something. This is an OCD pet peeve of mine. Okay, it is me, no one else. It's just something. So I'm going to have a clothespin hold that for me for a second. Is when you have, and just in case you don't know how to do this, if you have a ribbon that has a pattern, a lot of people, when they twist it, they twist and then they twist down, and then all of a sudden their truck is up and down like that, and I can't do that. I just I like everything symmetry to go the same way. So let me show you how to do that, just in case you need to know or would like to know. Okay, So of course it's easy on your first pass because you're just basically folding it in half, okay? Now whenever, instead of twisting it around, okay, this one is not going to get twisted. The next one will, but this one won't get twisted. It is not going to affect how your bow comes out, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm taking it here and I'm coming back to my hand, and that gives me it going the same direction, okay? Now this time I'm actually going to twist it. Measure, pinch, now when it comes to my ribbon tail, it's not going to matter as much because it's going to be depending on how I lay it in, so I'm okay with that, okay, because I will make sure it's done the correct way. But to me, that looks a little nicer having the pattern all go the exact same way. Hey Donna, how are you? Thanks Deborah for blessing me, I appreciate it. Hey, if you guys would bless Jane and I and share this video, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. So now I'm going to do is cut it off, okay? So hopefully, I want to make sure I had the right direction. You understood what I did and why I did it that way. Again, that's just a preference on my end. But I do have a lot of people ask me, well, how do you do that? How do you make that bow go the same direction? Well, that's how. And if you are a person that likes handmade bows but haven't got the hang of keeping it all in one hand, just do what I did. Make each bow with each ribbon, put it in a chip clip or put it in a clothespin and hold it and then stack it and put it together. I do that a lot, especially with my hands when they get tired, make a lot of bows, where I do have fibromyalgia and carpal tunnel, and sometimes my hands will act up, and if so, then I will. Now this time, because I know my 2 loops are here, I'm going to want my 2 loops over here on this one, because I'm going to do 3, 3, and 3. And I'm making this a little longer, and you'll see why, because I'll curl it up on the top. And instead of 6 inches, I'm going to do these about 4.5. Making each loop, and then I'm twisting. And on my page, I do have a bow tutorial on this particular bow that I'm doing, where you can learn how to make this bow by hand, or using a chip clip, or using a pipe cleaner method. And I showed how to do it all 3 ways, and showed that all 3 ways came out exactly the same. So it wouldn't matter how you did it, it would all look the same. Let's see. Yeah, sorry Sandra, just whenever it's over, go back to the replay with the ribbon and when we did the bow, and that way you can see that part. I'm sorry you lost connection. And I really appreciate you guys are blessing us and sharing it. And when you make your bow, make sure you're not twisting the pipe cleaner, you're twisting your bow. That's how it makes it really tight. feel like I'm screaming at you guys. I hope I'm not. For some reason, I feel like I'm talking louder than normal. Like since I'm not on my page, I have to scream. That's not it though, right? Okay. So here's my trucks this direction, so I'm going to put the bow this direction. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to fill my base and then I'll attach the bow. So we got the bow done, so let's start building this base. And I'm sorry, I know I'm a little nervous, a little bit of a hot mess. Shouldn't be since I was live last night on my own page, but you know what? New people, new watchers, so you know, I guess it's to be normal to be a little frazzled, right? Hey, thanks, Jane. Jane posted the bow tutorial. Hey, Leslie from Bloomback, how are you doing? Oh, I missed that one. There we go. And I'm pretty good. Sorry, I dropped something. And I usually put my ribbon up as I go. I like to keep a neat station. I can't handle clutter and work that way. It stresses me out. I get like, what am I doing? Where's everything at? Okay, so I went ahead previously, had already cut up some of these bushes. These are frosted. You can get stuff like this at Hobby Lobby. All it is it's a bigger bush than this, and all I did was just take it apart. This one actually, I'm sorry, it was a garland. And the garland, I believe, came from Michael's last year. So most everything I'm using, except for that one ribbon that I bought yesterday, is stuff that I've had in my stash. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of hot glue and just going to build the base. And I'm going all the same direction of the wreath. You just want to jiggle it around a little bit, make sure you're connecting with the evergreen. And basically we're just adding dimension to me personally. These are what I call the drab evergreens from Hobby Lobby. So we're dressing it up, making it look a little bit more fancier. But you know, you can use Jane's sign and all those ribbons that you can get from Hobby Lobby and add a little bit of dimension to this and be done, and have a fabulous wreath for your front door. For those that are learning or learning how to, and you want something a little bit more simple, you know, something basic to learn with, man, it'd be perfect. And right now I'm just I'll probably end up going around this twice. So I'm sparingly putting it in to make sure I have enough. And I've got these cut in, you know, there's some that's 2, some are in 3, some are just 1. Just however I pulled it off the garland. Single piece. There it is. A lot of times I use the single pieces on the edges. Oh no, Sherry, this hot glue that I'm using, it's really good. It's just totally fine. And I'm in Florida, so you know, in Florida we can be even hot weather in the Christmas time, but it didn't matter if it's rain, sleet, wind, it holds up really, really well. I've never had a customer have a problem, not once. And you can see I'm putting pretty good amount on there. Hey Carrie, how are you? Sherry, you can I'm using Gorilla Glue, but you can use, and I got it off of Amazon, you can get Aztec, it's really good. I've used the Hobby Lobby, glue sticks. I've just not had a problem with any of them. Now if it comes to a glue gun, now that's a different story. I only use hot temp glue when it comes to a glue gun. I do not use, the smaller little glue guns with the lower temp, then you're going to have issues. So make sure you're using a high temp glue gun if you're going to use a glue gun. Just finding where I have a little bit of holes because I'm going to use all of this. Got some glue strings, but usually at the very end, I don't do it on live, but if you want to know a good trick about glue strings, just take your blow dryer on very low setting and just kind of do this with it, and it shrinks those glue strings right up. Okay, so let me show you what we've done so far. See how this gave it dimension and changed it up some? So it made it look just a little bit more fab. And with the little frosted edges, gave it that more of a rustic, wintry look. Now I'm going to actually use a little bit more. I think I'm going to put my bow on first though. Make sure I get the trucks in the right direction I want them. So how are you guys doing tonight? I haven't asked you anything. Shame on me. See, that's the nerves. Usually I'm just asking all kinds of questions, asking people what they ate for dinner, all that good stuff. So all I'm doing is just putting the pipe cleaner through the back, through a wire, and securing it. So Jane, I see, what I miss an answer? I tried to get an answer on the truck sign you held up in last night's live. Sandra, this is the only one I held up, babe. If you're watching last night's live, this is the one I held up. And it's on Jane's Front Door Decor, the page we're on now, and she did pin post. I'm pretty sure I didn't hold up another one. If it did, it had to be a different live, and I'm trying to think. I know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about this, Sandra? Just say yes or no. And if that's the case, just private message me on that one because that was from someone else, and this is Jane's page, okay? But I'm pretty sure those are the only two signs that and that's a fall one that I got off Etsy. Okay. Yeah, Sandra just messaged me and I'll tell you where I got it from. Okay. So see this one here? It's going this direction, which is fine, but I'm going to reverse the tails. So now I feel like it is going more towards going up the way I want it. So everything is going the same direction. And of course, I don't know why I'm fluffing it because we know it's all going to get messed up in a minute. Okay, so all I'm going to do with these is curl them. Oh yes, Sandra, sorry. Message me at Mimi's Craft Cottage, not on Jane's page. Thanks, Jane. I appreciate it. So this is what we have so far. Okay. So tell me how your weekend was, guys. Were you able to get in some sunshine and swimming? We definitely got some rain here, but finally on Sunday we were able to get into our pool. Saturday was a disaster. It just rained. So I'm going to take the zip ties that I put on here, and I'm just going to wire it through the wreath. The wreath is the normal 24-inch from Hobby Lobby. Now generally, if you're doing this, a lot of times I use pipe cleaners because just in case I don't get the sign exactly where I want it, I can take it off. But I kind of already tested it where I wanted it beforehand. So hopefully I do it exactly the way I had it when I was testing. Let's see. And one more. So how are your guys' summer going? Mine's doing pretty well. Can't wait for the end of August because we are going to go to Virginia area, Washington D.C. area to visit a friend. I pulled that off. Just pulled it, it was glued on, I just pulled it off the stem, so we're just gonna stick it back. There we go. And I'm not doing anything with these ribbon tails yet, because I'm trying to decide what the length is. So here we go. So now let's add some more little glitter, some pine cones. These got like icicles on them. What's holding the zip ties on the back are, you can get these at Lowe's, but you can get them off Amazon. That's really where I get them at. But they're for cable ties. The little square, I'm sorry, I was down here on the tablet versus up here on the camera. But they stick from the front, stick them on, and then you put your pipe cleaners or your cable ties through them. Zip ties, you can call them zip ties as well. They're in the electrical section. They work so well with signs. They look really, really well. And these are so easy. All you have to do is Most of it you can just pop off. Some of you have to cut off. Let me see if there's another pop off one or if I have to cut. So I want another pine cone one. Oh, this one's thick. Whew. Of course I cut the one with the price tag, right? There we go. And this stem I got, these were from Michael's last year. So I'm working with all the ones with the pine cones, placing them where I want them first. This one popped off, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my pine cone one in first. Then I'm just going to take one with two. So I have 3 pine needles, crystal pine needles, or iced, per pine cone. And no one's ever the wiser, okay? What length zip tie did I use? These were 8 inches. Hey Linda, thanks for the first time watching. Appreciate you coming on Jane's page. Vicki, yes, I'm on Etsy and so is Jane. So Jane's Front Door Decor, you just probably go up to her button. It probably says shop now. I didn't pay attention, but I'm pretty sure she has a shop now button, and it should take you to her Etsy shop. Same way with Mimi's Craft Cottage. I need to restock. I'm a little low, but I would love for all of you who are watching tonight to go to my Facebook page and like and follow me. I would love that. On Monday nights I'm usually live. I'm just gonna look at this to see if I want to add any more. Yep, just a few more. And now what I'm doing is I'm just pulling them off individually. Add a little more ice crystals. Turn that the wrong way. There we go. I'm sure I've neglected the top up here. Don't want to do that. And I'm placing them so the crystals will show at the top because on the bottom there is no crystals, which is fake ice crystals, obviously. So you see how building that up from the evergreen and just adding some different textures of pine, that we just elevated the look of it. What do you think so far, guys? Can I get some hearts if you enjoy what we're doing tonight and you're liking this sign from Jane? I'm loving it. I think it's so cool. Hey Nick, is Nick on here? Thanks Jane for introducing me again. Oh, thanks Vicki, I appreciate that. Well, hi Nick, how are you? Okay. At this point, I am going to put this on the easel so that we can start seeing it from the front view and see what we want to add. Now that we've got the base, our ribbon on, and see if we want to put ornaments. What other textures do we want to add here? Now, if you were doing this at home and you just wanted something simple, you could actually call this done. Okay, I think it speaks for itself as is. You could sell it at a lower cost, or we could elevate it like we're getting ready to do. Or if you're new to wreath making and you want to make it for yourself, all the ingredients came from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, so you could do that. Hold on, let me get the easel. I'm probably going to have to move the camera too. Give me just a second. Oops! Almost crashed. Well, that wasn't embarrassing. That's never happened before, guys. There we go. Make sure I've got up. Okay, let me lift the camera up for you. Hope you didn't see the disaster I just did by falling and tripping and all of that. Let's move that a little closer. There we go. Nope, still can't see it. Now that I moved it closer, you can't see it. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. Let me know if you can see that okay, okay? If I need to move anything closer, anything like that, let me know. Okay, we're going to use some more pine. Oh, thank you, guys. Where'd the sign come from? It came from this page, Jane's Front Door Decor, okay? And Jane has got her Etsy shop pinned. Here's some ornaments. And that way you can go straight to her shop and get this sign. I knocked you over. I'm sorry, I keep knocking you. For some reason, okay, I tightened it up. Okay. The Archon mount was just, and I didn't notice it on the tablet, but it's doing it again. Hold on, guys. We're going to lose it. Oh, goodness. Come on. I'm sorry, guys. I lost you. The Archon mount just went straight down. I don't know why it's doing that. I've not had any problems before. Okay, now that I'm a total hot mess and totally embarrassed, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I know cameras fall, right? But you want that to happen on your page, not on somebody else's page. And you don't want it on a whole bunch of new people watching you. Oh, goodness. I think I need a drink. Hold on. Okay. You want me to go closer? Here we go. Okay. We're good. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Every once in a while, I might move it back just so I can see it visually in a back place. Well, thanks, Sandra. I appreciate it. Well, thanks, Susie. I'm gonna relax now. Like I said, I'm new to first page being on for someone else's page besides my own, and it's definitely a little nerve-wracking. So all I did was, on this bush that we just used, it had some of these long pine needles, and I just clipped them off. Okay, Ashley has no volume. Does everybody else have volume? Hey Brenda, how are you from Michigan? Oh good, I'm glad you made it, Liza. Hey Susan. Ashley, just go out and come back in. It should solve it because I don't think anybody else is having that problem. And here all we're doing is just adding more dimension. And using the same pick that was already bought. And we'll probably end up doing something with that here in a minute. Okay. Need to cut a couple more off. Or squeeze as hard as I can. All right. Sometimes I beat cut, sometimes I slant them. Today I'm beat cutting them. There we go so far. Let me. Pretty much everything from Hobby Lobby, and the only thing that came from Michael's was this stem with the ice crystals on it, and I got it last year. I'm sure they'll carry it again this year. Oh, the ornaments, if we use them, I got them at the at-home store, and of course the fabulous sign I got at Jane's Front Door Decor. Okay, let's work on this. And all I'm doing is just building dimension, making it look as outdoorsy as possible. The wreath was from Hobby Lobby, yes, Sandra. The ease, or easier. I don't know, I'm sorry, Linda. Linda, what was harder to work with? I'm sorry. I missed that question. Oh yes, sorry. Yes, the pine base is very easy to work with. It is my favorite. In the camera you can see how I have tons over there lined up. I use them all year round. I use them for spring, St. Patty's Day, Easter, summer, you name it. I used one yesterday on my live, and I did a fall. I use them all the time. I absolutely love them. I do use the I'm a floral person, so I use a lot of grapevine. And one thing about the wreath, the evergreen base, last night's live, I treated it, I put deco mesh and treated it just like I would if I was using a wreath form with deco mesh. And with evergreen bases, you don't have to worry about, and I'm just picking this one apart, you don't have to worry about using your steel pick machine. If you don't have one, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about picking your florals, because all you're doing is hot gluing the ends and sticking them, move it around a little bit so it attaches to the evergreen base, and you are good to go. A little bit of eucalyptus. Linda, my page name is Mimi's Craft Cottage. Hey Rita, how are you? I go live on Monday nights at 7:30. And then I go live sometime during the week, but that's always impromptu. I'm just extending this down here, because as you can see how this is all extending out, and this is kind of flat. It needs more oomph. So I'm using some of that stem to extend this down here to make it a little bit more round. And I'm just using different pieces of this branch to do that. That's if I'm strong enough to cut this piece off. Hey from North Carolina, how you doing, Dorothy? Hey Texas, how are you doing, Emily? Linda, yes, I do send alerts out. So if you go to when we're done here and you go to last night's video and just go in the comments and put alert or live, then you will get set up for that. And I think Jane does alerts as well, I think. Jane can answer that question. Hey from Delaware, how you doing, Kathy? Hey Jane from Alabama, how are you doing? Thanks, Linda. Hey Billy, how are you? I know, Billy, right? Did you get it at Wreath Makers Live? If not, your chance is to get it tonight, because she put them right back on Etsy tonight. Don't mean to get in your way while I'm looking. But see how that brings that as a more of a circular underneath that sign, so it doesn't look so flat. And I'm just changing the greenery up. Ugh. Sometimes they're so hard to cut at the top. You get to watch me make funny faces. It needs one little piece, and I think it will be good. Hey Judy, how are you? Jane, you are so good to me. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate that. The only thing else I'm thinking about doing is putting a little bow down here. I'm not positive. I don't even know if I want any ornaments on there. Let's look and see. But I'm thinking not. Let's check it out. Of course, I'm not hot gluing these in. I'm just kind of placing them. I haven't done it. Yay or nay? Thumbs up if you like the ornaments. or shall we say no? Usually what happens on my page on Monday nights is during the live at some point I'll give you a choice. A lot of it happens to be with ribbon. I kind of give you your input, let you kind of help me design the wreath. So it's always kind of a little fun to watch everybody's comments. And of course I can't believe Allie's not here tonight. I thought she was going to be, but she always goes against the grain with everyone else. A lot of you like the ornaments, okay. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay. I think maybe right there, and then maybe a small little 1.5 inch bow right here, and I think we'll call it quits. Okay. Okay. So let me get. Now I can hot glue here and stick it on there, but I generally like, since if there's something that I can work through, I like to work through it and try to just make it a little bit more secure myself. Again, it's not what you have to do, it's more of a preference more than anything else. Okay, so I'll glue this part here, and then I'll wrap this around the back portion. Instead of using my hot glue gun, instead of using my glue pot, I will use my hot glue gun. And do my best not to burn myself trying to get it in here. That's always the hard part. Alright, wow. Snuck in there pretty good. Just tap it to the back. Okay. Trying to get it in a hole. And now some of you are saying no, not. And are you saying no about the ornaments? Nor to the ribbon? Or nor to something that I didn't even see happen on conversation? That's what happens when you turn your back. Sometimes you just don't see the conversation, what's going on. Well, the other one went right through real quick. Ah, there we go. Throughout the live here, Jane has posted the Etsy link to the sign, so you can find it easy. Whoops, the glue's falling. Luckily, it's nothing I can't fix. Gather all the glue strings from that glue falling. Okay. I see a spot that needs to be added. Hold on. Need an extension here. We like that. Let's try a bow on the bottom. And we'll stick with the Hold on, I have some over here. See if we have enough on here. And maybe not. Let's just try something little. Thanks, Billy. Yeah, I always start with something in mind, and then next thing you know, it's always different. But in my mind, I have a starting place. Okay. I'm not measuring this, I'm just estimating. Just doing 3 simple loops. And if I don't like it, I will take it out. Yeah, I like the ornaments too. I wasn't sure at first, and then I'm like, yeah, I like it now. I do. Thanks, Virginia. Appreciate that. Okay. I went long streamers so we can do some more curls. Getting this all twirled up. All right. I do believe it is finished. So I really hope you enjoyed tonight's tutorial on the sign, and I hope you make some great, amazing things with that sign. Hope I was able to inspire you with some ideas. And the pine base came from Hobby Lobby, and I actually have them out now already. And if you like it, please give me lots of hearts. Show Jane and I some love. Again, I just cannot thank Jane enough for allowing me to come on, and thank you for letting me go through my embarrassing moment of the easel falling, the wreath falling, the camera fell, and but it just makes the live just that much more fun. It makes us real, right? Real people doing real things. And guys, thank you so much for the hearts. And if you have not gone over to my page and followed me and liked my page, I would love for you to do so. And hopefully I'll see some new names next Monday night at 7:30 when I go live. And I'll be live sometime this week. I'm just not sure when or even what I do. Sometimes I just come on and talk, to shoot the breeze. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Oh, good. I'm glad you did learn a lot. I I was able to inspire and teach just a little bit, something different that maybe you haven't learned from another wreath maker. I know all of us do a little bit of things all the same, but a little bit of things that are different, and that's always good too. So again, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you showing the love and sharing this video and being on our page, and hope you guys bought a lot of things from Jane's Front Door Decor and blessed her as well, and she was able to jumpstart the Christmas season with lots of signs. Okay, guys? Hey, if you want, when you make your wreath, please let me know what it looks like. Send me a message or send it to me and let me see what you guys came up with. I'd really love to see it. All right, guys. Good night.